Man, what's good, everybody? I just had to make this video because I haven't seen anybody do it yet. All right, I'm going to touch on some subjects that I feel people should have been touching on for a minute now. All right, now let's talk about this new machine. What do you think about it? Is it worth $999? Think about it. Is it really worth that? Now, before I get into what I'm going to say, I'm going to try not to be biased, to try to sway someone one way or the other. But I feel this needs to be said. Now, take it the way you want to. If I offend you, I do not apologize. But I'm trying to just state the pros and cons of the situation and my, opinion on it. All right. So I did my research. I looked at the machine. The new machine has some great specs, but when it boils all down to it, I mean, is it really even worth spending $999? I mean, $1,000 for a piece of equipment. 900. I'm sorry. Yeah, $999. I had to think about that for a minute because that shit sounds crazy. All right, when you get this, I mean, when you look at the overall presentation on Native Instruments website, or just through the emails if you're signed up or subscribed to their mailing list. I mean, the way this thing is marketed and advertised, it looks as if it's a standalone device, which we all know that it's not. I mean, you straight have to use an AC adapter with this. Now, that alone right there is a deterrent and made me not want to purchase the device. But when I really look at this, I had to sit back and I had to analyze this. Okay, what the hell am I paying for? And how do you justify spending $1,000 on a piece of equipment um, for making beats? Now some people are like, of course I can justify it. If I get a better machine, I'm gonna make better beats. No, you can buy the best damn beat machine that they have on the market. It is not gonna make you a better producer. If you were making whack beats before you bought the device, you're gonna make whack beats after. There is nothing that states that buying more equipment makes you a better producer. Buying more equipment makes you a better producer if you know how to use it. So what I'm saying is this. When it all boils down to it, if you have, let's just say the Maschine Micro, which I own the Maschine Micro and I think it's a pretty nice piece of equipment. Um, you have to ask yourself, is it really even worth me upgrading and purchasing, the new Maschine Studio? Is it worth it? Think about it. I mean, the device is not a standalone. You're paying $1,000 for a smaller monitor. So when this all boils down, you are paying $1,000 for a fucking software update and some little bitty monitors to look off of. You also picked up a AC adapter that you have to toggle along. Let's not even talk about that USB cord that's a possibility you can get a short in. Yeah, and it can happen to your adapter too. Okay, so you have to ask yourself, is this upgrade really worth it? I mean, you are paying $1,000 for a monitor when you can use this big ass monitor on your laptop or your computer for free. Because when it all boils down, all you are buying is another piece of hardware. It has no unique functions to the point where it is worth the upgrade. I don't give a fuck about a screen that lights up and reflects what I see on my desktop. You want to know why? Because I can just look at my desktop and see a big ass screen instead of a little bitty monitor displaying what I'm seeing on this little bitty box. Now, if this device was a true standalone, okay, a true standalone beat machine with those functionalities, I would 100% support it. That goes for the NPC too. Please stop acting like, oh, this was the latest, greatest invention. It would have been if it was a standalone and it offered all these amazing functions. It most definitely would have been. But it's not. The new Maschine Studio is a fucking ripoff. Take it how you want it. Hey, I'm just keeping it real. Now, if you went out and bought it, good for you. You know, if you're someone who didn't have a beat machine and you're new to the game and you made that investment, that would make more sense. But if you're someone who's been a diehard machine user since, I mean, this thing is dropped and you've upgraded from the MK1 to the MK2, and you may have went from your micro MK1 to your micro MK2, that might make sense. That was okay, a cool, upgrade. But for me to spend $1,000 for some fucking monitors on my beat machine that requires a USB adapter to my computer and an AC power cord. Nah, man, y'all can keep that shit. So I don't know if I rub you the wrong way. I don't know if I change your perception and views on this subject, but hopefully I had some type of impact. Again, if I hurt your feelings, I really don't care. But I just feel like that's something that needed to be said because, in my opinion, man, I feel like this shit is a ripoff. I feel like this machine should probably be, I would say maybe like 750. That seems a little more reasonable for what you're getting. But when it all boils down, you're just buying another piece of gear. So remember, it doesn't matter how much gear you buy or what equipment you're using. If you don't take the time to learn how to use that device or hardware or software, you are not going to be successful. You have to be proficient and accurate and know what you're doing in order to construct a nice song which the world can vibe to. Shit just don't be happening by accident. I mean, to some extent, you gotta know what the hell you're doing. So if you believe that you have to go out and spend $1,000 and you already have an MPC or beat machine at home, that shit is not gonna make you a better producer. What it's gonna do is take a lot of your money that you may have, used for making beats and keep you broke. But it's not going to make you a better producer. Now, if your hardware software is going down and it's time to upgrade because shit's not working, that makes more sense. But me personally, I'm still using my Maschine Micro. Yeah, the MK1. I ain't got the 2. I'm using MK1. And I'm still pumping out these fire-ass beats. And I'm still using the old-ass software. I am not upgrading unless they told me, hey, I needed to. They made me. That other than that, I wouldn't upgrade. So I'm just giving you words of advice to upcoming producers. Please do not get gassed by this shit that come out, because you got producers like Jake One. Jake One is still using the ASR 10. Do you know when the ASR 10 came out? I think this shit dropped like in 1993. It's 2014. This man is still making hits on an old ass ASR 10. Look at No ID. Look at Kanye West. These guys are still using NPCs. Look at your look at your Arabs. Arabs still using the NPC. See, you see where I'm going with this? The game's all fucked up. People believe that if you get this new piece of software or this new doll, it's gonna make you better. That shit don't do it. So see where I'm going with this, people. Stop getting caught up in the way this shit look, because it really ain't all that good. So if you get a chance, you can subscribe to this video, rate it, give your comments, give your feedbacks. Please let me know what you think about this. Peace.